Okay, so this is probably going to be the shortest and one of the easiest assignments you're going to have. It will deal with adding and subtracting integers. Some of it might be reviewed from last year, but if you forgot how to do it, here we go. So you just have to memorize a couple of very simple rules. And the rules basically go into the two categories. One set of rules is when the signs are the same, and the other one is when the signs are different. So when the signs are the same, very easy. You just add the numbers and keep the sign. So here I have a positive 15 and I have a positive 7. Notice how I'm circling the sign that is in front of that number. Positive 15, positive 7. The signs are the same. So I'm just going to add the numbers. 15 plus 7 will give me 22. And I will keep the sign. It's positive, so I don't have to write anything in front of it. Now this next one, I have negative 2 and negative 3. Notice again how I circled the sign in front of the number. They both have a minus in front of them. They're both negative. So the signs are the same. So you add the numbers. 2 plus 3 is 5. And keep the sign. So the sign was minus, negative. So I'm going to write a negative in front of it. Now, when the signs are different, there's two steps. First, you have to ignore the signs at first. So don't worry about them. You have to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So the reason I said ignore the signs is because technically, since 7 is negative, it's smaller than the positive 3. But I'm going to ignore the signs. I'm going to say 7 is bigger than 3. So I'm just going to do the bigger minus the smaller, and that will give me what? That will give me 4. And then the most important part is keep the sign of the bigger number. My bigger number was 7, so I'm going to keep its sign, which is negative. This next one, 12 minus 8. Now, regular subtraction problem, but bear with me. We're going to do it the technical way. So we're going to ignore the signs. I have a 12 and I have an 8. Which one is bigger? 12. So I'm going to do 12 minus 8. 12 minus 8 will give me 4. And my bigger number is 12. 12 is positive. It doesn't have anything in front of it, which means automatically it's positive. So my answer is positive 4. Now, here's another rule to remember. Pretty easy also. When you have two signs right next to each other, if those signs are different, they become a minus. If those signs are the same, they become a plus. So right here, I have a negative on the outside of the parentheses, and the 7 doesn't have a sign in front of it, so we can pretend that there is a little plus there because it's positive. So I have a minus and a plus next to each other. They are different signs, so they will become a what? A minus. And I already have the answer written here. So negative 7. Let's take a look at this one. Again, I have plus negative 2. Plus and minus are right next to each other. They are different, so they will become a minus. So the answer to this will become a negative 2. Right here I have negative 9 or minus negative 9, opposite of negative 9. You can read it any one of those ways. But say you see it in the problem, so it's something minus negative 9. Well, these two minuses are right next to each other. And minus and a minus, they are the same. So they will become a plus. You might have heard it saying two negatives make a positive. So this will just be positive 9 or plus 9 if you wish. Here I have plus, and then I have a positive 3 in the parentheses. I can write a little plus there because it is positive. Plus and the plus, they're the same, so they will stay a plus. All right, try these on your own. So you're going to have a couple things here. You're going to have to know how to work with the signs when they're right next to each other. going to need to work with different signs and same signs. You can always rewind and review the rules. And after you're done with this, click play and see if you got them right. Okay, so right here, I have a plus and a minus right next to each other. They're different signs, so they will become a minus. So I can rewrite this as -6 minus 4. Now, I'm going to circle them along with the sign that's in front of them. Do I have same signs or different signs? I have the same signs, which means my rule is to add and then keep the sign. 6 plus 4 is 10, and I'm going to keep the sign, which is negative. Right here, I have a -17 and a +7. Negative, positive signs are different. So my rule is to subtract the smaller from the bigger and then keep the sign of the bigger. So the bigger one is 17, the smaller one is 7. Again, I'm ignoring the signs for now. 17 minus 7 will give me 10. And then 17 is bigger, so the answer is going to be negative. Then here I have -5 and -8. Negative, negative, the signs are the same. So my rule is to add and keep the sign. 5 plus 8 is 13. And I'm going to keep the sign, that's a minus. Here I have two negative signs right next to each other. So the rule is two negatives make a positive. Same signs, it will be a plus. So I can rewrite this as 5 plus 8. And for the sake of reinforcing the rule, 5 is positive, 8 is positive. So I'm going to add and keep the sign. 5 plus 8 is 13. And I'm going to keep the sign, which is positive. And that's it. Told you this was going to be pretty short. If you're confused, go back and watch it again. And you can always ask me questions tomorrow in class. And just don't forget to get the sign so you can get credit.